Okay. Let's see. I think I'm back. Have to wait for it to connect. Okay, I think I'm back. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? All right. Anthony says good. Does that mean sound wise? Good. All right, and y'all can hear me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I don't know what happened. I just shut everything down, opened it back up, and it worked that time. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. I was seeing the deflection here, but sometimes stuff just do what it do. So, all right, now let's get to the hellos. And of course, they'll be out of order. You know, it is what it is. Karen Dye Williams, good afternoon. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Dina Johnson says first. All right, you are first. Good afternoon. Anthony Prosser says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Anthony. Erica Hummins representing Reading, good afternoon. Few people saying they can hear me now. Thank you. David Herring says I'm first based on the technicality. All right. We got Scott Bain in the house. Good afternoon. He's representing West Walnut Hills. Seabreeze in the house. She said we back. She's representing Boston. Lewis Talbert in the house. I don't remember, Lewis, where you from. Yes, you have to say your hellos again so that I can say hello to you. Because I say hello based on the screen. I go down the screen and that's how I say hello. Ibadathia. Good afternoon. I always struggle with your name. I'm sorry. Dominique representing Walnut Hills. It's one half of the Killer Bees. They be on me. Y'all don't know. I really do have beef with bees. Bees don't like me. And I don't like them. And so, yeah, I just be walking down the street minding my own business. Out of nowhere, a bee will come and sting me. Just out of nowhere. So, yeah. That's the same way with that daggone Dominique and Alethea. I be saying like perfectly legitimate, intelligent, thought-provoking stuff, and just out of nowhere they start attacking me. It is what it is. Scott says it started working right before you ended. Oh, y'all wasn't fast enough to be like it's working. Anthony, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Dwayne Larkin representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon. Regina Denson Griffin representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We got David. David, I think I already said. Well, David Herring. Good afternoon. I don't know who I said hello to. Nikki Carter out there represents. She don't say where she represents. It's nastiness. Her name is Nikki. You know what that means. It's nasty. No, I don't want to say that because people will be offended, and you know, somebody might actually hear me and be like, every Nikki is nasty. And I think every Nikki that I know is nasty, but that don't mean every Nikki in the world is nasty. It might be some Eskimo, you know, up in the North Pole in they igloo watching like, why he say I'm nasty? I'm not nasty. That's my Eskimo voice. Like, why he say I'm nasty? I'm not nasty. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're Eskimo. If it was more people around, you'd be doing nasty stuff. You'd be sliding down that little ice pole you got. But not every Nikki. So I'll take that back. But Nikki is here. We got Tanika in the house representing Orlando. Good afternoon. Lamont Jones. Good afternoon, Lamont, representing Westwood. Brent Beard out there in Texas. Good afternoon. Ibadathia says representing Lincoln Heights. All right, you can't beat that. Tierra Powell. All right, my favorite friend of the week. Tierra Powell is my favorite friend of the week, and she is here. Celebrities in the house. You can't beat it. Tierra, good afternoon. That's it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Let's see. Dina says she's checking in, representing Walnut Hills. Good afternoon. Are you going to storm the Capitol with Twin? No, I'm definitely not. Definitely not. Dominique talking about, I just be wanting to hear you curse. I've never put a curse on anyone, and I don't cuss. So you'll be waiting for a long time. Samuel Campbell Jr., representing East Walnut Hills. Good afternoon. Valerie Davis, who is a man. Would that be trans? Would that make you trans? You're a man, but you go by Valerie, and it kind of make people believe that you're a woman. So would that make you trans? Maybe not transgender, but like trans messaging or something. I don't know. I had to give it some thought. Don't be mad, Dominique. You actually chose Nikki, so that says something. Daryl Carpenter, representing the park. I'm one of them corny folks. It's Forest Park, okay? I'm one of the corny folks. Terry Anderson, representing downtown. Good afternoon. We got some Nikki bonding. Nikki is bonding with Dominique, who chose the name Nikki. So they're gonna have trade some nasty tips with each other. Mike Ballard Sr., representing Woodlawn. Good afternoon. Tanika says no hate today, E-Man. No, I think it goes without saying. Until it gets 70 degrees, it is what it is. If I see you, it's on site. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Till it gets 70 degrees, then it's all good. Brenda, representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Vanessa Lynn Bennett, London. Good afternoon. Representing College Hill Kroger. Jerica says, apparently I triggered some folk today. You definitely triggered Twin. Just out of nowhere. Like it was a simple, regular type conversation. Then out of nowhere, he was cussing. Everybody was N's and MFs and dumb A's and all that kind of stuff. I was like, wow. Kim says, we know Val is a man. Okay. Let's see. You don't have to believe it, Dominique. I'm just telling you what it is. I don't cuss. Drea, representing Sycamore Township. Good afternoon. Terry says, talk louder. Really? All my stuff looked pretty loud. Tria, representing Avondale. Good afternoon. Valerie says, don't make me get on you. Please don't get on me. Okay. I don't get down like that. Please don't get on me. Yes, Daryl, a trans chatter. He's a trans chatter. Let's see. Catfish Kenneth Jones. I don't know what that means. Cedric Robinson, representing the Coleraine Walmart. All right. Good afternoon. And no, I didn't choose violence. Dominique says, I didn't choose Nikki. My parents gave me the name Nikki. Well, it says here Dominique. And Dominique is not Nikki. You chose Nikki. Oh, you saying your parents was calling you that. Maybe they saw something. Brenda Early in the house. Good afternoon. Yeah, I don't I don't like that term crashed out. I don't know why. I don't know when people started using it. I don't like it, so I don't use it. But yeah, twin crashed out. I think that's everybody. Wait, twin acted crazy again. Twin went bonkers. Twin went bonkers. Let me see. I think that's everybody. Steban Speed, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. Why don't you like Crash Out? I don't know. I just started hearing it just over and over and over. I think it's because I'm old. And I like, the old stuff that we used to say. I like old slang. I don't like new slang. Cap. I'm not 100% sure still what that means. It means too much stuff. When I was growing up, capping was talking about people. We was capping on his shoes. We was capping on his hairline. We was capping on him. That's what capping meant when I was coming up. And I like stuff to mean what I know. I don't like to hear something new and then I don't know what it means. Because then by the time that I pick it up and start using it, it's going to be something different. Because I'm old. That's the gist of it. I don't like it because I'm old. That's it. Let's see. We got. I see you, Tanika. You trying to pick a fight, and I don't know that I'm wanting to pick a fight today. Initially I thought that your comment was saying, as a statement, no hate today. No hate today. But then I looked and it was a question mark after there, and you were looking for the hate. But I think I'm on the no hate today. No hate. All love for everybody. For everybody. No matter who you are, your race, your color, whether you trans, Valerie, whether you nasty, Nikki's. You know what I'm saying? No hate today. No hate. Whether you live in 85-degree weather when it's 12 degrees here. Okay, I'm hating, but I'm not necessarily going to express it openly multiple times. Fake Dave Stinger in the house. You say, what up? What up, Fake Dave Stinger? Pat Rogers, good afternoon. Jeannie Mulholland, good afternoon. That one didn't feel right. Carolyn want to know, is anybody else's Wi-Fi freezing? Carolyn, you always be having problems with your Wi-Fi. Everybody else be like, no, everything is straight. Carolyn be like, it's freezing. Who you with? Spectrum, Alta Fiber, Verizon, Metro PCS. Who you with? Let me see. Crystal Hoskins representing the Christ Hospital. Good afternoon. Latoya. You told me last time. Chichester? Latanya. Latanya Chichester. Okay. Spell it out for me phonetically one more time, and then I'll do my very best to remember it. Seabree says, crash out is the wreck yourself part of check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay. I mean, I know what it means. I don't like it. I'm old. Cedric says, crashed out is funny as hell, though. It do be funny. Twin. Terry Coleman. I apologize, Terry. Terry Coleman, representing E-Town. Good afternoon. Knock you love it. Or it was no need in changing the meaning of the word. I agree. Jeannie got to take a break. She didn't take one all day. All right, take a break, Jeannie. Take a break. Get your break in. Jabbar Rolls. Thank you for checking out the show. Good afternoon. Andrea Bustle representing downtown today. Brent says we called it joning or cracking on somebody. Yeah, it was capping for us. I didn't hear joning until like I was in high school, and it just sounded stupid. Of course, because I was calling it capping my whole life, and I heard somebody talking about somebody joning. I was like, what does that mean? That sounds slightly masturbational. I didn't like the way that it sounded. Like they joning on each other. And I was like, they what? I don't think they joning on each other. I can see both of their hands. They not doing anything on each other. So, yeah, I didn't like that term when I first heard it. I of course, I came to figure out what it meant. But initially, I didn't like it. Stephanie, hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Karen still got that AOL dial up. Me? No, I'm not. No, not at all. Cedric say I'm looking for all the smoke. Not at all. It's Angela Noel representing East Oakley. All right. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I don't recall seeing you before, so welcome to the show. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta do this. Wyatt just officially went off. Why am I picking with everybody? I'm not trying to be an agent of chaos. Carolyn says, I just switched from Cincinnati Bell to Spectrum, and I'm having problems. They about to come get this. Okay. All right. Stephanie Hyde says it's a new day, make it count. Representing Roseline, good afternoon. Tierra, yeah, that's what we used to say. Capping on somebody or blasting on somebody. That's what we used to say. Jerica says, oh my God, I came back to masturbational talk. That was just the word sounds. Joning on somebody. Let me see. I think okay, that's it. I've said hello to everybody who's here, or at least who has said hello to me. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Look, y'all. Twin in the house. Twin say what's hood. Looks like the Emanuel Livingston. I'm repping Finneytown. Kroger's ready to throw eggs at E-Man. I think you'll go to jail throwing eggs at people nowadays. Your president, the one that you voted for, so you're responsible for his actions, is making the price of eggs go through the roof. So I think it might be a felony now to throw eggs and break them unnecessarily. But good afternoon and welcome to the show. Okay, Bonita Gaines in the house representing Roseline. Good afternoon. Can you explain Twin's call on Wyatt? I was confused. He was supporting Trump and simultaneously wanted us to storm the Capitol. Can I, in all honesty, here is what hold on, let me see if are the phones up. I may or may not be able to take calls today. Because I didn't change everything over from Friday, which is probably why I had the initial issues with the sound. And y'all know I had to go use a different format or a different platform on, well, y'all might not know that, but yeah, I had to use a different platform on Friday for the conversation with Raven Monday. So I'm not 100% sure. I would probably have to go in and make a couple of changes to take calls, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I think what Twin was saying, and I think a lot of what Twin says is because I don't want to say this to sound like I'm saying it as an insult. I'm really just gonna, twin, don't take any of this personal. Because I don't mean any of this as an insult. I think I'm just speaking from my perspective of what I think might be factual, okay? And if I'm wrong, you always got a right to call in and say, no, you're off base. But I don't mean any of this personal, like, I'm doing a lot of prefacing. I don't mean any of this personal, like, I don't think you're a dumb guy or, anything like that. So let's get that out the way. I think a lot of what Twin is saying and what Twin is telling us in his own way is I am not a regular voter. And I'm an uninformed voter. I don't understand the political process, and I don't know a lot about politics or, anything associated with politics. So I did what I did, and, I did it. I don't think he's saying this part, but because I was influenced by people. I get the idea that Twin likes to be, I hate to say controversial, because people say that I'd be trying to be controversial and I don't. But he likes to go against the grain. And, he felt like there were enough people saying that it was okay to go against the grain in this way at this time. And, they gave what he perceived to be compelling arguments. And again, I could see them being compelling arguments if you're ignorant with regard to the context of the argument. So he made some decisions. But when he kind of look at it in reality, he like, okay, I can tell that this dude ain't really up to no good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's literally not trying to achieve good. He's doing what he's doing. But I made a decision. I went against the grain, and I'm definitely not going to say I was wrong no matter what happened. Like, if Donald Trump himself came and locked Twin up for being black, Twin would still not say, I made a mistake voting for this guy. He would still cling to, no, I didn't make no mistake. I don't have no buyer's remorse. Because I think some of that is his pride. Twin? Hey, what's up? Hold on a second. Hold on. I gotta change a setting here. Hold on. But no, you can go ahead. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Twin? Can you hear me? Okay. Something is going on because I got stuff coming out over there when it should be coming out over here. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what happened. Told you I might have some issues. So, we'll see what happens. That should be there. Let me look at one other thing. Settings. Ringtone is coming out of there. That's coming out of there. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? I'm just trying to see if y'all can still hear me. I did something, and sometimes that mess with stuff. Okay, y'all can still hear me good. But yeah, so I think, like I said, if Trump came and personally arrested him just for being black, he would still say he didn't make a mistake. Because his ego, I don't think, will allow him to do that. So I think that's one side of it. Another side is, yeah, he kind of like to push that boundary, I believe, for attention. Because, I mean, it's kind of fun. It's, attention can be fun. But that's where I think Ron says is effed up what I'm trying to do to Twin. I'm not trying to do anything to Twin. I'm trying to be honest. So I think that's where when you hear two different things, like, yeah, I supported him, and y'all dumb MFs didn't, and the Democrats ain't never did this, and the Democrats ain't never did that. I think that was then, but to some degree, because you can't, as much as you want to be, Twin. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me, Twin? Twin. Twin. I don't know what's happening. Twin. Hold on, let me see something. That is where that should be. Hold on. That is where that, no. Hold on a second. Hold on. I don't know what's happening here. Well, no, somebody else might call in. I see some of y'all saying, hey, don't worry about it. Forget it. But no, I want to be able to hear y'all if y'all call in. That. Disable that. Hold on. Audio. Yeah. Okay, can y'all still hear me? So y'all can't even hear the calls when they come in. Okay, hold on. I'm about to have to do a couple of things. I know some of y'all like, just leave it alone, but I don't want to leave it alone. I want it to be right. I want to figure it out. I had to. All right. I know y'all can hear me. But y'all should have, y'all should be able to hear that too. Yeah, the echo should be gone. I know y'all was hearing an echo for just a minute. See, none of this stuff should be low. None of this stuff should be low. Everything should be normal and coming out of the right stuff, but it's not. Okay. Let me go input here. Got my levels is right. All right. CK. See, I know he can't hear me. He can't hear me. Hold on, let me do this. Let me do this. Again, sometimes you just have to shut stuff down and open it back up. And sometimes that solves the problem. I think the problem is solved. So, okay, y'all can call back in, Twin or CK. You can call back in. Everything should be, it looks like everything is fixed. It looks like everything is fixed. Twin.
Yeah.
There we go.
You hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, there we go.
You must have got that new system, that dump plug system for Twin, whoever else set up.
No, I need to set something up though. But no. I just had to shut it down and reopen it so that the new settings could take place from that I changed from Friday.
Did you ever go get that new Pro M thing you was talking about, MP3, whatever you was talking about last year? You remember?
No.
What was, am I saying it right? MP3 or something you said?
You are, I don't know what you're talking about, but you are 100% not saying it right. Whatever it is, you're not saying.
What's the thing you were saying? Say it costs $3,000, $4,000.
A Mac
Mini Pro or something, right?
MacBook Pro. With
well,
the
I said Pro, then.
With
it was close to it.
With the M4 chip.
I know
the
you
M4
work for
Pro chip.
I know you work for Mr. Department of Correction. You try to correct people and help them out. I understand all that.
You asked if what you, hold on. You asked me a question. You said, am I saying it correct? And then when I go to say, no, you're not saying it correct and give you the correct thing.
At least you could have said, Twin, you close enough.
But you didn't ask me, am I close? You said, am I saying it correct? And the answer was no.
I gotta get it out, man. Gotta get it out. But you cool, though. You cool. I ain't gonna mess up your day right now. Hey, man, we'll talk. I know you. Let's piggyback on. I gotta see. Let this register in my head. You said what now about Twin?
I said.
You don't think Twin what?
I don't think that you're well informed on the issues, on politics and all of that kind of stuff. I think you were influenced by different things that you heard from different people that you respect. And
try again. Okay. You good. Keep going. Try again, though.
Hold on, what?
I don't agree.
What? Okay.
I don't agree. Try,
no. Let's take it step by step. What did I say that's incorrect?
You just said you was influenced and all that. Don't nobody influence. Twin, I make my own action.
Twin.
Don't nobody influence.
Twin.
Come on, man.
Twin.
No.
Twin.
No.
Twin.
Okay, player, go ahead.
Everyone is influenced by someone. And there are certain people who you listen to what they say and you give it a little more weight than if it was.
Why I can't be influenced by my own self? See, look, this is what I'm saying. I called Lincoln Ware since 2010, maybe 2012.
Okay.
I listened for years. You was there at the station, and other people said, "But how you doing?"
I'm doing good.
That's you. I'm sorry,
me.
man.
Oh.
I'm sorry. So I listened for years and years. Have people complain as black folks? Well, they ain't doing this thing. They come over there to get some advice or whatever else, and see what they really acting up, how they acting a donkey in Cincinnati. I listened for years, and it's from black people. It's from the black community. And then you get these.
Wait. Before you go on, so what did you take from hearing all of the black people complain?
You know what I said? I said, this is my time to take flight. I don't care how people feel about Twin. I'm just going to speak. I don't care what logic, what delivery I'm delivering. But, hey, I'm taking flight on this one. Because I want my voice to be heard, and I want to stand up for the people, man. Man, you know that's right. Then you get on there and let these people pump fake the community saying we go do this and all that. No, quit lying and say you not. And then you got this, all this gentrification and all that's what's going on, and gentrification, whatever it is.
Okay.
You got that all going on, and you want to cry where they putting a stadium down here and they moving the black folks out, and y'all want to cry and think it's cool and everything. That's what pisses me off to jump on here.
Wait, hold on, stop. Because I'm about to be confused, and I don't want to be confused. You're mad at the people for complaining about gentrification?
No, I'm saying that people was, no, I'm not mad at them, no. I'm just saying people was crying about it.
Right.
And, saying something about it, and then people hear, well, why this neighborhood got this? Well, why that neighborhood got this? But we as a vote, we voted for y'all, but this the things we get. You voted for these local leaders, but they don't, they like, okay, see you in the next 4 years type move. So the people, they should be held accountable for lying to the people for what they said they was going to do. Anyway, sorry, I was hearing that years and years as it flowed back. I'm like, why did they play them people like that? Cincinnati getting played for 93 years.
Okay.
Started listening to it and everything, and I don't know too much about Cincinnati, but listening to it and people telling me the history of Cincinnati, I'm like, what?
Now, hold on. Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said you weren't influenced by anyone, but you just now said that you were influenced by the people telling you the history of Cincinnati, right?
No.
So that knowledge didn't influence you.
No, hold on, player.
All right,
hold on.
player.
My knowledge of influence coming from you, Emanuel Livingston, coming from you is like twin or father type. That's my influence, which I'm not. Coming from you, that's how I think it when you say it. Because you change up like the weather.
But no,
that's how I look at it.
But
you can be influenced by it anyway.
But no.
I understand what you're saying, but coming from you, Your
so, okay, so then you admit that you are influenced by people.
I mean, it depends on the situation.
Exactly. You're influenced by information from the people that you respect, right?
To a certain degree.
That was all I said, and you said try again.
No, I don't trust you though, because you'll change the whole narrative of this subject up, and you'll say, like I told y'all, he's influenced. He's the follower. You'll change something like that's how I look, because you play too much.
Well, you clearly are. Hold on, but in all honesty, you're clearly a follower.
No, you play too much, man.
But hold on, no, stop it. In all honesty,
change it up.
In all honesty, you are clearly a follower. I mean, even you would have to admit that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I ain't never been no follower. I don't care how
you have.
Think it. No.
You have been a follower. Then why did you join the gang?
What you mean?
Why?
Was more. I'm not gonna get into it.
No. Don't get deep into it. Just surface level. Why did you join the gang?
No.
Based on what you've told me, let me clarify so that it's understood what I'm saying. Based on what you've said previously, you joined the gang because some of your people that you knew were in gangs and all that kind of stuff, and you saw them and the life that they were living, and you wanted to live the life that they were living. That's a follower.
That's not no follower.
That's a follower. You saw someone doing something and you followed them. That's a follower.
That's not no follower. That's influence.
But hold on.
That's considered influence.
Oh my goodness. That's you.
No, it ain't.
Yes.
No, it ain't.
Yes.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Ain't no. It's
so
not
then, what do you think a follower is?
Someone like, let me see, a continuation on something.
Right. They were in a gang, and you continue that lifestyle. That's
How
a follower.
am I continue if I'm not in it?
But you did get into it because they were in it, and you continued it. You were a follower. I don't know that that's debatable.
It's two ways you can. It's two ways you can do it, man.
But I'm not. Look, I'm not trying to shoot you down. Like you thinking that what I'm saying,
you, man. That's why. That's why I can't really spit it out, because you. I don't know. You switch up, man.
No, I really don't. Just
man, I don't trust
your
you.
perspective switches up based on whether or not you like what I'm saying or not. But what I'm saying, I'm not trying to shoot you down and say you're this bad guy who, can't think. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
I don't trust you.
okay, that's fine. But what I'm saying is you listen to information from people that you trust that led you to believe that the Democrats are as bad as right now you perceive that they are.
No. I sit back and I observe things. I watch all four corners. I'm like, hold on, man. I remember growing up. I gotta stay on code, man. I can't do this. Certain things I can't say, man.
Okay.
And everything. So I observe and I look back and, I study. And I'm like, man, I remember them days and such and so, woo. Dang, man, y'all got weak, man. What the hell going on? And I'm like, that's the same old rodeo, man. And they playing the people, and I'll see you in the next 4 years. Just like the local politicians. So I'm like, man, hell with this. And then when I went for Trump, I'm like, with that change your different sex life and all that crazy stuff. And man, it was so much, man. But that man, I look at it like, that man ain't no politician, man.
But he's
really
clearly a politician. I don't understand why you keep saying that. He is clearly a politician.
Emanuel.
Twin.
Hey, man, you get that man in the room, you and him. Man, you can run circles around that man. He go need somebody to hold his hand up. That man, you get that man really by himself and put a recorder down there, got him.
What?
I'm saying you put a record the conversation, what's going on. You get that man, you and him, man. You know how you at the end of the show after his phone conversation, you go be like, I told you, I got him. I'm saying you get Trump like, he ain't gonna know what to do.
That doesn't make him, but that doesn't make him not a politician. That might make him not the smart politician, but it doesn't mean he's not a politician. He's clearly a politician. He lives in the political world. He's won the presidency twice. He is clearly a politician by like every definition of the word politician.
Okay, man, in your eyes, you say so.
And you keep talking about he a businessman, and I think you mean he's a successful businessman, right?
No, I know. No, he's nothing about him. That man ain't got no belt on him as a congressman or none of that.
But that doesn't mean he's not a politician. He's in the political arena. He's playing and he's winning in the political arena.
He's a puppet. They put him up there to be a puppet. It's just like any other president, a puppet, man. Get on this platform and do your thing. Tap dance for us for the next 4 years or ever to death do us apart. You go tap dance these 4 years.
But you voted, so you voted for someone who you believe to be a puppet just to tap dance for the man.
Hey, I voted for Obama. He tap danced for them.
No. That's deflection. You keep trying to. Every time you do that, I peep it out.
Hey,
instead of saying this is why I voted for Trump, you always flip it to I voted for Obama. Obama's got nothing to do with this.
No. Why come he don't?
He didn't run.
President, right?
He wasn't. No, he's not the president.
So why would I?
Right. So why would you bring him up?
I'm just saying I voted for Obama. So what's the difference? They presidents, right? They puppets, right?
But I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily agree that all the presidents are puppets.
They got to perform, man, and that's what they do. They just babysitting us. That's all.
So then why? So then why even vote? Then why even? If you believe that, why vote?
My belief is this, man. On account of Obama, I thought he was going to take care of Chicago.
You keep going back to Obama. Let's talk about Trump in 20.
Man, if you just let me finish, goofy.
Let's talk about Trump. In 2024, why did you vote for Trump? Like, if you think they all puppets, why even vote?
In 2025, why y'all still talk about Trump?
Because he's the president. Do you not understand? You know he's the president, right?
Y'all ain't stopped talking about that man since 2016.
Hold on. You know he's the president, right?
Y'all never stopped talking about him since 2016.
Wait, hold on. No, let's get some stuff straight. You know he's the president, right?
Do I know Emanuel came on today?
I don't know. Do you?
I'm talking to him, right? So evidently I knew he came on today,
So
right?
then, if you know he's the president, why would you expect people to not talk about the life-changing things that the president of the United States is doing? It doesn't make sense to say, hey, y'all should talk about him up to the election, but then once he wins and takes office, everybody should stop talking about the president. That doesn't
No,
make sense.
you know what Twin want to wake up to?
Well, hold on. Before you tell me what you want to wake up to, explain to me what sense it makes that the people of the United States of America shouldn't talk about the president of the United States of America. How does that make sense to you?
It don't make no sense to me. It's going to be talked about just like the news. I understand what you're saying,
Okay,
though.
okay.
But my point is this. Let's wake up to something, how we go really bring us together without going back and forth off this. Because at the end of the day, we're not getting nowhere with this back and forth. That's not just on your platform, radio station. It's the entire black community as one. See, the Mexicans go home and eat their little tacos and all that, be happy. But us, we can't go home. We'd be like, little Ray Ray went to go eat my cookie. Why you eat my cookie? See, we got to uplift each other and one another besides shaming each other all the time. Let's wake up to something positive, man, without having to bash each other and stuff and holler that Trump stuff every day. That's what we need to wake up.
What?
None. What? Nothing.
I'm very confused about what you just said. It honestly, it didn't make sense to me. Help me understand it. What are you suggesting?
I just told you the question you asked me. And I don't think you finishing my out. That's what we need to wake up to, instead of bashing each other and talking about their Trump talk every day.
Wait, you might have misunderstood my question then.
What you say?
I don't know, but I know I didn't ask you anything
your
about everybody coming together and all of that kind of stuff. So last question that I remember asking was, why would you think that the people of the United States of America shouldn't talk about the president of the United States of America?
Didn't I just answer that 5 minutes ago?
I don't know.
And you weren't listening. I've been shot past that question.
Okay, so then what question were you answering when you said we should all come together and all that kind of stuff? Because you said that's the answer to my question.
You said when I came back to you and said, I want to wake up too, and then that's when you flipped.
Oh, okay. So what do you want to? I'm sorry, I got lost.
Man, what part are you trying to make? See, that's
I got lost in the conversation.
Okay, and they clowning for no reason. See how your orders and bombing.
What?
See how they bombing? See how your people in the chat. I know.
I don't know what you're talking. So you're saying what you want to wake up to every day is us coming together?
We strategizing on some sides every day. Look at this, man. Look at this, man. Just like I told on your radio show. If they so messed up with DEI, he doing this and all that, go keep it gangster. Just go whole gangster. Just flood their ass up there to that cap.
What?
Say, damn it, I'm just saying. If they got a problem with this DEI and Walmart and not everything else that's going on, go storm the Capitol and everything.
Why? Why would y'all? I don't understand that rationale.
No.
Go ahead.
Y'all want to act a donkey and all that. Y'all got problems with this, man, and y'all losing this gas going up and all that. Go keep it going. Go storm that Capitol. Show them how you really feel.
That doesn't make sense.
Why come it down?
Because that doesn't get anything solved, number one. Like, remember when they stormed the Capitol because they wanted they wanted Mike Pence to not certify the election? Guess what? It didn't work. The election was still certified. Joe Biden was sworn in and did 4 years in front. That it doesn't work. Storming the Capitol is not going to lower the price of eggs.
Hey, what's the purpose of them, the Million Man March and everything every year? What's the purpose of that?
Well, they had different purposes. I think one of the purposes was, yes, to bring attention to the issue. I don't think storming the different issues. I don't think storming.
Issue of what?
There's been a number of different marches for different issues.
Name one.
No, it's
name
not.
One.
There's been different marches.
You can't name one, okay? Just say you can't name one, and I understand that.
Well, one was for civil rights.
Civil rights of what?
Civil rights for black people in particular.
Okay. So we can march for all that, and we crying about
Look,
DEI and
oh my
everything else taking away what's going on.
Oh my
Why
God.
you can't march our black ass up there?
Hold on. There's a difference between storming the Capitol and marching for rights.
You're not. I ain't talking about storming, like busting police and all that. Go take a stand in front of that Capitol like them people, but in a nice way, positive way.
Well,
you go hear our voice.
But here's what you have to understand. Doing things like, well, first let me ask you this. Did you go to the Million Man March?
No, I never been.
Okay. So even if there was one, there's a good chance you wouldn't participate, right?
With him under there, no. If he got something to do with it, no.
He who?
You know your boy.
Who? No, I don't.
Stop playing. The one that come on at 1 o'clock.
He didn't organize the Million Man March.
Who's part of it?
That was Louis Farrakhan.
Well, what is him? Don't he have an event up there? March on Washington or something?
But no,
like that?
I'm asking, did you attend the Million Man March? Louis Farrakhan, that Million Man March.
No, I went to a couple of his what you call that? How they say it in Muslim thing? Forgot it.
Mosque?
I went to the mosque, but they say something else.
Okay, but my point in asking that was you're kind of fake calling for black people to organize and march. But when black people organized and marched in your lifetime, you didn't participate. So are you really calling for it because you think it's an effective way of change, or are you calling for it to kind of deflect off of the fact that you voted for a guy that you don't even believe in?
I'm calling in for a change. So what are you talking about?
I'm saying then why didn't you participate when there were people? Then why didn't you participate when there were people who organized for a change in your community, specifically Chicago, when you could have participated?
I would definitely stand a chance in Chicago.
But you didn't go to the march that you're now calling for.
No, I ain't never went to that march.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. To say, why can't we all come together and organize and do a march of the Capitol when you would not even participate?
I forgot he wasn't part. I forgot that was organized by Louis Fair.
But you're still not answering the question. You did not participate, which is an indicator that if they did the same thing today, you would not participate. Right?
It depends on situation.
What situation would make you participate?
If twin feel like going in there or anything, a good cause or something like that, I might do it. I might not. Depends on the situation.
See, I don't think you would.
I'm not.
I'm pretty sure that you would not.
Belief. Okay, that's your belief. You can believe whatever you want to, and I'll keep it like that. That's your belief. If you don't believe twin, okay. We gotta understand it. But it's up to twin and up to Emanuel. I don't live for Emanuel. I just listen to you on your podcast.
That's fine.
I ain't go listen to your ass.
No, because I'm not one of those that you respect.
I respect you as a man.
No, I'm saying the information that I share is not information that you respect.
No, I respect you to a certain degree, but when you start talking that crazy talking, I ain't about to listen to y'all. Y'all fools. Get on here every day. Trump this, Trump. It's a remix.
We're fools.
To me, man.
We're fools because we talk about actual information. But you voted for a guy that you don't even believe in.
Regardless of the actual information, y'all don't really have nothing to bounce back off of.
I don't know what that means.
At the end of the day, you can't encourage me and like my man about nothing.
I believe that.
At the end of the day, no, you can't.
No, I said I believe that. I believe you.
You go be saying the same, screaming the same song, singing the same song at the same time, man. Like, come on, man. You just saying you go do this, now it's back to Trump. Come on, I ain't about to hear this. No. We were just off this situation. Then you bring it back up? No.
No, that's what I said. I believe you. I believe there is nothing that I could say to change your mind. I believe that 100%. I said that earlier.
Situation. It depends on the
like I said, I believe Trump could come and arrest you personally. He could come slap
If
the
he
cuffs
what?
on you and say, I'm arresting you because you black. And you would still be like, we needed to vote for Trump because the Democrats, Obama did this and that. You still wouldn't say, I might have made a mistake voting for this guy. Because your
You don't know
ego
me very
won't
well, dude.
your ego won't allow you to say that.
What you want me to say? That I messed up?
No.
I got
I
praise
don't
remarks
want.
or
I'm
something
saying
like that?
no matter
That's
what.
you really want to know?
No, I'm saying
You
no matter
acting just
what,
like your
you
uncle,
won't
man.
say
You
that.
acting just like your uncle.
How?
You acting.
I'm
because you want me
acknowledging
to
that you
holler?
won't
No,
say
no,
that.
no. Player,
That's
player.
it.
You here you think you fooling, man. You want me to just come out and say, hey, man. Hey, big dog. Man, I'm messed up. What's wrong, twin? Hey, man, I got fire some horse. Man, I should never vote for this clown, man. It's not going to happen.
I know.
It's not going to happen.
I
'Cause you know
never
why?
said that it would.
No. Because you probably wanted it to happen. I know definitely your
No,
Uncle Lincoln
I
wanted it to
don't
happen.
want it to happen.
But it's not going to
all
happen.
all
It's not
I've
gonna
ever
happen.
said is that whatever he does is your fault. So I just want you to acknowledge, yeah, he firing all of those people. They're losing their jobs. That's partially my fault.
Maybe he went in there and checked the books, man. And
I
say,
know
man,
the
this
spending
is
books.
crazy
He
stuff.
didn't check
I
no
mean,
books. He didn't check
he
a
went
single
in there-
book. No, he
Hey,
didn't. No, he didn't.
With all these positions and he eliminating all this wasteful spending, he probably went in there and checked the books.
He didn't
man.
check no books.
So what happened then?
He brought in a multi-billionaire who has decided, and this is
And
now this
part
is
of,
just can I,
what's that, Doge or Dodgy? What's the name of it?
they call it Doge. He brought in Elon Musk.
And who part of that Doge committee?
What?
Some Democrats, right?
Sure, there are Democrats on the committee.
Okay, then.
I don't
If they-
understand what you think
Why
that.
they ain't screaming?
Hold on.
Why they
What-
ain't screaming nothing about it?
What they are, but I don't understand what
Yeah, all
you
right.
think that means. You think that because there are Democrats on a committee, that means what?
Free will. They doing. Hey, they get out of line. Hey, off with your head.
Yeah, and that's not the way government works. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the ignorance I was talking about. You don't understand how
What
government
part?
works.
What you think? What's the call happened? What you think happened to
I don't
Mayor
know.
Adams?
I don't know who Whatchacallit is.
Mayor Adams in New York. What you think happened to him?
We're not talking about Mayor Adams in New York.
What you think they
said
doing as the Doge committee?
you
did?
said they looked at the books. I'm trying to tell you
mean,
they didn't look
evidently-
at the books. You said, well, what happened then? I'm trying to explain to you what happened, and then you brought up the committee, and now you're
Amen.
bringing up Adams. But we're not talking about that.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
What took place last week on any other job? What do they look for?
I don't know what you're talking about, so let me finish answering the actual question that's on the table.
I'ma
What
tell
I
you
believe what I believe happened was Elon Musk, who gets billions of dollars from the government, is looking at ways to funnel even billions more to himself.
And when he did that, what happened? Don't you gotta open a book or some type of computer or
No,
something like
that's
that?
just it. You should have to, but you don't.
You a damn lie. You a damn lie.
What I say,
You
that's a
could-
lie.
Okay.
Okay.
Emmanuel,
Yes.
you just got paid. You just got paid, Negro. No, you just got paid.
I don't know what's
Okay,
happening.
Okay. No, you just got paid. And so tell me this. Tell me this, player. Don't you want to know what's in your account that day?
Sure.
Huh?
Sure.
Huh?
I said sure.
Okay, sure. So, okay. You go there
Uh-huh.
and open that phone,
Okay.
that little tablet, whatever, get on the internet,
Right.
open that book,
Mhm.
that checkbook, that bank book, that whatever. Wanna
Spending
know
book. Yeah.
how much you got and when you spend it, how can you spend it to
Uh-huh.
buy another hoodie or gingerbread cookie?
Okay.
What's your budget and
Right.
everything else, right?
Okay. Sure.
Add and subtract and multiply.
Okay.
That's the same thing he did.
It's not.
You a damn lie. How else you go come? Hey, anything, regardless of you street knowledge, college knowledge, whatever.
Polished knowledge.
Anytime you got to do with anything that got to do with your life, it's got to be mathematical around the situation.
You would think so, but if you put somebody in there, see, now here's the difference. Let me
You's a
take yours.
damn liar.
Twin, hold
You's
on,
a
twin.
liar.
Twin.
You gotta add and
Twin.
subtract things out of your life.
Okay, so twin.
I got a bad toxic girl.
Oh my God.
She ain't nothing but been a damn subtraction to me. She's
Twin.
toxic.
Twin.
I need to add on this.
Twin.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna be so nasty. I'm gonna be. I gotta multiply.
You really
I need
just gonna
plenty
keep
of
going with this ridiculous analogy?
No, man, no, because you can't.
It doesn't
outplay
make
me on the
sense.
man
What you're
game,
saying
man.
doesn't make sense. I know you don't know that it doesn't make sense because you don't understand how this is working. You're just listening to certain people and they're telling you that, oh, what they doing is they opened up the
How am I
spinning
listening
books.
to somebody, I'm right here in the hour by myself. I ain't listening to nobody. Just twin talking. You can't. Anytime you gotta open the books on anything.
No, that's
Man,
just it. That's
you gotta
what. That's
be
the part.
mathematical about
Again,
any
that's the
situation.
part that you don't understand. You don't
fucking
seem
crazy.
to
Man, how dare you
understand.
take it? How
Oh,
you gonna take it, player? Come on, man.
You just
think,
do it.
think,
He's just
think,
doing
man.
stuff. That's what I'm telling
Okay,
you. They're
you
just
do it.
doing stuff.
Okay.
They are just
Okay.
doing it.
I
They ain't
guarantee-
opened up no
Emanuel.
books.
Emanuel, let me tell you this. I hate to say it. Yo, you get your car fixed.
Yes.
You got your car fixed.
I don't know what you want me to say now.
Okay. Did you go to a book or a manual sheet or thing that's
I did not go to an Emanuel sheet. No, I did not.
a manual sheet, not even.
No, I did not.
I'm sorry. Oh, you did. So, when the last time you opened up a book?
When is the last time I opened up a book?
Or when is the last time you Googled something?
I don't know. I Google stuff every day. I don't understand the question.
But you don't. You Google stuff every day, right?
Hold on. Let's cut, as they say, cut to the chase. You
Okay.
believe? Hold on. You believe that Donald Trump?
You just said he came off.
Let me
You just said
let
he
me get my
came off
question
top.
out because I'm being confused by your analogies because they don't make sense to me. So
It make a whole lot of sense. if
they
you
make
put it
sense to
together.
you. I'm saying they don't make sense to me. So let me ask you this. You truly believe that Donald Trump and Elon Musk is opening up the federal budget, let's say, and looking line by line and saying, oh, we spent 59 cents here, we can say that. Oh, we spent $1 billion there, we can save that. Oh, we spent this. Oh, this many employees cost this much money from these places, and we can cut these people, and that'll save us this much money. You really believe that's what's happening?
Emmanuel.
Hold on.
He went in there.
I'm gonna let you say what you got to say, but I want you to answer that question.
You
Do
say what
you
now? Run it
believe?
by me again.
Do you really believe that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are sitting there combing through the federal budget line by line, saying, "Oh, we spent this much money. We don't need to spend that. Oh, we got these many employees. We don't need that many employees. Oh,
To
we
a certain
spent."
degree. To a certain degree.
You really believe that?
To a certain, yeah.
Okay.
Because let me tell you, you gotta open the books, man. You gotta open the phone. You gotta open some to get to where you like the spending cost.
Okay.
Oh, why am I spending so much money?
Okay.
Damn, I'm tricking this money off
What?
bad.
What if
had
I?
100,000,
Hold on. Because I really do have to go.
We
We've been on phone for a minute, but let me ask you this: what if I told
I'm
you?
sorry.
What if I told you that they fired a whole lot of employees that were vitally essential to our nuclear defense? But then they later found out that they didn't know who they fired, and that a number of the people that they fired, they found out, wow, those people are actually essential to our nuclear defense, and so they trying to rehire them. What if I told you that that happened because they didn't even know who the hell they were firing? Would you believe that?
Hey, somebody, hey.
Oh, no.
Up.
Just would you believe that they fired people and they did not know
Well, I
what
heard
they
it.
did
Well,
or how
yeah, I
essential they were? Would you believe it if I told you that?
I believe it and stuff because I've seen it on the news.
So then how do you say that they're looking at the books when they don't even know who they firing and what they do?
Hey, sometimes you think that person is a good hire. Like, man, I've been knowing this person.
No.
He
We're
got
not
a good
talking about
record.
hiring. We're talking about firing people essential to our nuclear defense. And they didn't even know that they were firing them. They just were firing.
I feel like this. Let me see how I want to break this down to you.
Okay.
To make you understand me.
All right.
Man, I like Twin and everything, but damn, man, he goofy, man. But I'm gonna give him a chance anyway, 'cause I like him though. But Becky been here, God knows when. She definitely get the job done. Then I look at it like, man, I got rid of Becky for this punk ass, and that's how I look at it, man.
No, that's the wrong way to look. Here, let me give you a better way to look at it, right? You understand?
No, man.
You understand Kroger, right? You understand Kroger, right? And say you got a person that unload the truck, right? They
no,
the only
I don't. I gotta do it.
Okay, but we're not saying it's not an actual situation. So there's a person that
It is an actual situation because I gotta do it.
Oh my God. Okay.
What you talking about?
All right.
So I understand what you're saying, Blake.
I don't think you do, but it don't matter.
I do. Go ahead. Keep going. Run off.
All right. So you got a person that need to unload the truck. They're the only person who can unload the truck. And if the truck don't get unloaded, Kroger might blow up. Okay? And you're telling me that it would be wise for the higher ups at Kroger to fire the truck unloader, and that if it don't get done, the store gonna blow up? That would be wise in your opinion?
Somebody got to do it.
They fired him. Nobody's there to do it.
They fire who?
The person who unload the milk to keep the store from blowing up. They fired him.
It's always a substitute.
No, that's just it. Ain't no substitute. That's the person who do it. They unload the milk so that Kroger don't blow up.
It's always a substitute.
Wouldn't it be silly, foolish,
No,
nonsensical to fire the milk unloader that keeps the store from blowing up?
Man. It's always a substitute somewhere.
Okay.
Just like you've been there too. I'm the man, man. You don't never get rid of me. Oh, there's somebody always can replace you.
I never believed that. But the point is, they don't have other people who can do these jobs.
You never believe in substitute. What did you mean?
No, you misunderstood that too. No, I said I never. Oh my God, twin. I never believed that I was irreplaceable. But what I'm saying is,
what you mean you ain't never believed? After you left, or you ain't take the shot, who replaced you?
All right. Hey, I appreciate.
I'm saying, real talk.
You're not understand. You're not even listening. You're not even listening to the words that I'm saying.
No, because you ain't making no sense to me right now.
I'm making perfect sense, and you're just not listening. See, that's what I'm saying. You've closed off your mind. You've made up your mind already that anything I say is wrong. I actually just said what you said.
No sense because you talking about ain't no substitute.
That's not what I said. That's what I'm saying. I did not. That's my point. I didn't say that. I didn't say anything.
You just said that.
No, I didn't. That's my point. You're not even listening.
Emmanuel.
You're not even listening.
I heard what you said.
No,
I'm not
you clearly did.
Listen
to the replay. If you listen to the replay, you'll see.
Go ahead.
That's not true.
I don't listen to your replay.
But I'm telling you, if you want to get a clear understanding of your misunderstanding,
hurry up and you got 5 seconds to say it. Go ahead, man.
All right.
What you
5, 4, 3.
Come on, man.
2, 1.
Real talk.
I only had 5 seconds to say it. I didn't get it out. I appreciate your call. That's when you close off your mind, you close off your brain to information from certain people. Like I clearly said, I never thought that I was irreplaceable. What do you mean? You don't believe in substitutes? What? I didn't say that. No part of it. That's what I'm saying. I don't. You've closed off your mind, so anything I say is wrong, even if it's right, you're gonna hear it wrong. And I think that's what happened with the election. You closed off your mind to good information because you had bought into the nonsensical information. And now you can't hear sensible arguments that you can just look at the news and see yourself. When you see it on the news, you like, what? They fired some people that they needed. They must have knew they didn't need them or they had some substitutes. Oh, they trying to rehire them. Well, they must have had the substitutes. And then, like, no, sometimes they just do bad stuff. There's nothing wrong with saying this person that I supported made a bad decision. These people are supposed to be doing it this way, but they're not doing it that way. But when you so bought in, I think that's problematic. You cut off yourself to good information. CK,
Hey, buddy.
how you doing?
Man, you caught me with a. Now, I just finished smashing.
Huh?
I just finished smashing.
Was she pleased?
No.
She wasn't
I had
pleased?
the
You didn't put it down?
No, sir. I had the jerk pot roast with the with the curry chicken mixed together on a yellow bed of rice, sir. That type of smashing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's even better.
okay.
I mean, it ain't better than sweet potato pie, but you know what I'm talking about as far as the wholesome meal.
All right. Well, what's on your mind?
Yeah. Yeah, this twin, man. I like twin. He was on there for a long time, man.
He was.
But yeah, that's what I did. I fell for the wrong thing. Like I said, I voted for your boy, Sleepy Joe, Smoking Joe, because I thought he was gonna hand the keys over to Kamala Harris. That was the only reason I really voted for. I thought we had a game plan in sight, a perfect game plan, but they don't want to listen to me, Livingston. That's what's frustrating.
I don't know who told you that was the game plan. I doubt that that's ever anybody's game plan. You know what? I'm going to become the president so that I can give the presidency to somebody else. That's not...
If I become... It's just... Come on, man. LeBron just got his son Bronny in there. This is what we do. We sacrifice to put people in position.
So did LeBron give up his job in the NBA for his son to get one?
No.
Exactly. That's not, oh, I'm the president, or I want to become the president so that I can give it to somebody else. That's not the way it works.
Man, listen.
It's not reasonable to expect anyone to do that.
But come on, man. You know you up there. We can't expect you to work another 30 years, man. And man, you won't give us another 6-7 years, and then he gonna retire. You know what I'm saying? Get retired with the lady. You know what I mean?
No, that's not the way that goes.
Oh, so you agree with the plan? You see why he got his ass whooped. Y'all don't. The blue side don't know how to win.
That's not.
I'm showing y'all how to win.
I'm telling you, that's not reasonable. It's not reasonable in any way, shape, or form to expect someone to run for president, become the president, and then give the presidency to someone else. That's not reasonable.
If they 94, it is reasonable.
I don't care if they 194. If you did everything that you could to become the president, you don't just get in there and say, all right, now let me give it to somebody. That's not why you run for president. That's not what I'm telling you. You don't believe me, but what you're saying is not reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, because, I gave up all hope when he set out that first run, remember? And got Hillary ass whooped. Because that's supposed to be the victory. Another bad game plan. If you want the victory, do you agree Joe would have beat him in that Hillary election?
I do agree. Joe should have run, but I understand, you know what I'm saying? I've never had a son die. So I understand where you might be like, let me take a step back because my son just died.
You said you never had a son die. I feel that. But okay, I understand that. But like you said, he had to step back. When you come in, I'm thinking like, okay, that's the only way. I mean, we need you, Joe. There's no way to get a sister in there. I don't know how to get. I don't know no other way. We're not going to vote for it. This is America, sir.
Well,
I
think people said that same thing about Barack Obama. There's no way a black man is going to be elected. It ain't going to happen. We ain't going to never see it in our lifetimes. And then we saw it because we did get out, and vote.
That was a white mama. You want black. You can't be cheating with no white mama now. Is you really black with a white mama? How black are you? Let's be real. How your macaroni and cheese taste growing up? You don't have no soul. The woman is the foundation in your life. So if your mama was right, and I'm talking to Livingston, the king of talks, If your mama was like, your whole personality would be different. Am I lying? Tell the truth.
I don't know if you're lying. I don't know if that would necessarily make a difference because you could have a black mama that don't put no seasoning in her macaroni and cheese too, using your ridiculous analogy. But the point is, people can get up and get out and vote, and people will do it for the right candidate. And yeah, Kamala was not necessarily set up to win this particular race, but that doesn't mean that that's the only way. What you're saying feels to me racist. Like you've bought into the white man's view of black people. Like the only way that they can achieve something is if we give it to them. I don't agree with that.
No, we gotta take it. Kamala, no.
No, but you're saying saying that the only way for her to win is not to be elected, but for Joe Biden to just give it to her. Joe Biden, you put in all the work. White man, you get elected and then you give it to the black woman. I reject that.
Okay, but you have to look at the facts of America. We were born on slavery. And by born with slavery, that means black women had the least respect. That means they were allowed to vote after the black man. So that means America has proven that they have more respect for a black man than they do for a woman.
True.
There it is. So if you got
there
that kind of respect and lingering, why in the world would you think they would elect Oprah Winfrey, Gail King? Why would you think they would elect Pamela Anderson, not Pamela Anderson, Pam Grier? They're not going to put these sisters in office because they don't like their hair, the texture of their hair. Listen, when you want to put a sister in office, you got to give it to her like a Supreme Court justice.
that's some sexist stuff right there. You're basically saying a black woman can't earn the votes of the people. She has to be given the office. I think that's racist and sexist.
No, that's proven. It's
not
fact.
proven.
Yes.
It's not proven.
It is. No, it is proven.
No, it's not.
No, it has never happened. Hold on.
Just because something's never happened doesn't mean that it can't happen. It doesn't prove that that's the only way that it can happen. You might not know what proof means. It's not proven.
It has been proven up to this date. They have never put a black one. They can't even get a black. Do we got a black Supreme Court justice? Woman?
Yes.
What's her name?
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
There you go. How many of them we got?
We only have one Supreme Court justice named Ketanji Brown Jackson.
And she was appointed, sir.
They're all appointed.
That's what I'm saying. And all the presidents are elected. And to this day, 2025, there have never put a black woman there. You have to know that how much they are hated.
Okay.
You know that. So you don't understand that black women are hated in America?
I do. I do understand that. And I think that black women are in America are very successful. I do believe it's just a matter of time before we see a black female president.
Maybe your granddaughter could be the next president.
Well, you would say that she don't count because her daddy is Latino.
Oh, that would hurt. I respect her. I love her still, but that would hurt. But that ain't as bad as it being Obama mama. You don't want no Obama mama color. I mean, you'd rather take a Latino, right?
I don't even know what that means. You got anything else? Anything else?
No, man. Listen, sorry. You know, yesterday what I did. I appreciate you, man. You know what I did. I'm just gonna finish this curry chicken with the pot roast. It's curry chicken with the what's the other side? Jerk. Yeah. Man, I appreciate you, brother. You know I had to check in. I'm still breathing. Yes, sir. I'm gonna listen to you, brother.
All right. I appreciate your call. All right. I'm not 100% sure what happened there either. Yeah, I really do. I think it's kind of, buying into white supremacy to believe that the only way a black woman could ever become the president is if a white man became the president and then handed it to her. I don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that. I understand the thought that it's going to be difficult, and there are people who I don't think we're ever going to see a woman president in our lifetime. I don't think that we're ever going to see a black female president in our lifetime. I understand that. I understand that thinking. But all that other stuff. Yeah, no, I can't get with that. I can't get with that. There was something else that I was going to discuss. I told y'all this was going to be a short show. There was something else that I wanted to discuss that those two conversations just totally threw my brain off. I will just say this. I'll say this. I'm certain that Donald Trump is going to do something that I agree with. I'm sure something is going to happen in that administration. And I'm going to say, well, they already have. I think what he signed something basically saying that trans men can't compete against women. I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm trying to help the people who are, I was about to say something. I don't want to say that. I want to say it, but I'm going to try not to say it. If it slip out, it's not my fault. The people who are so bought into Trump. Y'all, it's okay to say they're not doing stuff right. It's okay to say some of the stuff they're doing ain't legal. It's okay to say they're making some mistakes. It's okay. You voted for the guy. You did what you did. Now, the people who, because this is the way it's going to happen. It means the way it's happening and the way that's going to continue to happen. People are going to wait until he does something that personally affects them. Because people, and this is a lot of people, not all people, a lot of people don't care about people in general. They care about them. Some of us, we care about people as a whole. And, we really, when you break it down and all the different ways that people are, we break people down. If you're at a certain economic level, like if you're a billionaire, you care about what he gonna do for the billionaires. You don't care what he gonna do for the millionaires. If you're a millionaire, you care what he gonna do for the millionaires. You ain't really all that worried about what he gonna do for the billionaires and for the 100,000aires. If you're one of them 100,000aires, what are he gonna do for me? And how am I gonna benefit? I'm not a billionaire, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm not one of them, tens of thousandaires. Of course, poor people, I care what he gonna do for poor people. I already know he gonna take care of the rich people. And the millionaires and some of the billionaires, y'all know he talking about doing some stuff, taking away some of the tax breaks for those billionaires who own sports franchises. They gonna care. When he start with Robert Kraft, vote Trump, I think he was a Trumper. Vote for Trump. Those billionaires who was Trump people, when they can't write off billions of dollars based on, this is one of the things that he's planning on doing. If you own a sports franchise, he gonna take away a whole lot of their tax breaks. Now, I don't think that's because he think they should pay their fair share. I think that's because he mad, because remember he was the New Jersey Generals and the USFL, and he kind of fumbled all of that, and he's mad because he couldn't get his hand in the NFL or own a professional sports franchise. And I think he got an attitude with those people who do, so he gonna punish them because he couldn't become a part of their group. But once they see it, then that's when they'll say, ooh, this might have been the wrong decision. So everybody gonna wait. The white farmers who are now complaining because he's doing things that's messing them up. And they like, well, I just thought he was a good guy, but I didn't know this was gonna happen. The Latinos who they wives and husbands and whatnot is getting deported. Oh my God, this was such everybody, a lot of people are gonna wait until it personally affects them. But then those of us who are out here screaming, this dude is dangerous. We've been screaming it since he got put out of office, really since before he got put out of office the first time. This dude is dangerous. Oh, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Eventually it's gonna be too late. You don't already have suffered through whatever it is you had to suffer through before you come to the conclusion that this dude is dangerous. That's why I brought up the ridiculous scenario of Donald Trump is gonna have to personally come and arrest some of these people before they say, oh, this dude is dangerous. Because I don't want to say they don't have enough sense, but they don't have enough sense to realize he don't care about you. Just wait. Wait, it's not your turn yet. Ooh, you don't like the transgenders. Good, get them. And again, I agree with that. But I'm not get them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he don't like the Latinos. Oh, I don't like them either. Get them. Wait till he come for your black ass. And then some of them still gonna be like, well, I guess we deserved it. That's what we get. Just the ridiculousness of it. I can't believe it sometimes. B-Rap.
What's up, E-Man? How you doing?
B-Rap, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing all right. No complaints, man. No complaints, man. I want to give a shout out to Raven Monday, first of all. First and foremost, keep doing your thing. I met her maybe some weeks back. I did a tour of studio. I shook Raven's hand, and I actually talked to the GM. I was up there with my class in Ohio Media School, and I wanted to ask the GM, man, why you fired E-Man? I wanted to ask him that, but I ain't want to be unprofessional and not like that. Like,
well, but I already told y'all why they fired me.
I know. But I just wanted to be an asshole a little bit. Like, man, you ain't have to let go E-Man over no damn shot. That was bull crap.
Yeah.
That was bull crap. But I guess when it comes, you was telling me when I was asking you about some information about it, and you told me about radio and about the income and, you know, the levels you got to get through. Now I'm kind of seeing how it goes after they let go of Raven. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I called in to call you out on something.
Okay.
I called in to call you out on some years back, maybe 2 years or something.
Oh.
Now, how long you been on YouTube now, or doing your own podcast?
I don't remember. I don't have a date. I don't remember. My brain don't remember stuff like that.
It's probably been about 3.5, maybe 4 years. But a couple of years ago, I called you out, and I asked you specifically. I said, E-Man, this was during the Drag Queen Storytime hours.
All right.
And I was like, would you let baby girls sit on the drag queen's lap and let them bring the story? And you was like, yes. Yes, I would. Do you still believe that?
First, let me say, I don't remember you asking me if I would let her sit on a drag queen's lap.
Yes.
I recall a question about letting her sit and listen to a drag queen read a book, but I don't particularly let her sit.
Was that.
Yeah, I don't be letting her sit on people's laps. Period.
Okay,
I have a problem when her mama take her. They got this yearly thing that they do where she take her to sit on Black Santa Claus lap, and I understand it, but I'll be like, I don't really like that. But all right,
I'm with you on that. Yeah, you absolutely right. It wasn't sitting on the lap, because I understand your mind frame when it comes to that. Totally agree.
But I still wouldn't have a problem with her listening to a drag queen read a book.
Even, you know how absurd the optics is when she looks at a drag queen, because I'm not talking about a transgender.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about a drag queen
Okay.
here. You know what I'm saying? To
Mhm.
where they kind of look like clowns because they're men with their version of not how a woman looks, but a absurd version of how a woman looks. Like, you
Right.
get what I'm saying?
I do. But
So
here's why I wouldn't have a problem with it. Number one, I know that little baby. And here's what would happen. The little baby would sit and she would listen to the story. And, she would either be interested or disinterested, whatever, if it fits her fancy. And afterwards she would say, "Grandfather, was that a man dressed up like a lady?"
as a lot of kids will ask, I understand that.
And I would say, "Yeah, little baby, that was a man dressed up as a lady." And she would say, "Why was that man dressed up pretending to be a lady?" And I would explain to her, because there are some people out there who, for whatever reason, I think it's strange, dress up like the other sex and or the other gender, and it's some weird stuff. But people are people, and as long as people ain't doing nothing to harm other people, sometimes you just gotta let people be people.
True. I understand what you're saying. Me personally, I wouldn't bring a child along to look at a drag queen. I feel like that's for adults. But that's just me personally. But I understand your sentiment.
And let me say this. I don't necessarily. I personally wouldn't. Hey, they having drag queen story hour. Come on, little baby, let's go. I wouldn't, voluntarily do that. But given the scenario, if little baby is in there for story time hour and a drag queen walk in, and I didn't know it was gonna happen in advance,
we leave.
I probably wouldn't leave. I'd probably just sit there and let her listen to a story read to her by a person wearing a dress and makeup.
Okay. With that being said, is that dependent on how they look and dress? If they come out with something very clownish, big hair, crazy makeup, crazy high heel shoes on with a whacked out dress, are you still staying?
Let me say this. If a woman came in dressed that same way and I wouldn't get up and leave, I probably won't get up and leave the story hour for the drag person coming in. Now, if they're dressed and they're exposing themselves, whether it's a man or a woman dressed that way, we leaving, little baby. But if you know what I'm saying, everything is just whatever, then you just sitting there listening to a person read a story.
Okay, that's fair. I haven't heard your take on how do you feel about Doge and what Elon Musk is doing as his role in the Doge department that was created by the Trump administration. I didn't hear your take on how do you feel about them going inside the government looking for how the U.S. government is spending our tax money, the things they are spending our tax money on, and what do you think they're going to do about it? I haven't heard your take on that.
My take is I think Doge is a scam. I think Doge is just a way to for Elon Musk to get access that he shouldn't have, and to manipulate a system that he shouldn't be in a position to manipulate, to put more money in his pockets, in Trump's pockets, in Trump's friends' pockets. I think it is just one big scam. And again, they're not looking at any books to determine waste and all of that kind of stuff. They're actually just making stuff up and saying, we cutting this because this happened.
Some of that stuff you claim that they are making up is on the Department of Government or WhiteHouse.gov website. Some of the ridiculousness, I get tongue tied when I try to say that word. But some of the ridiculous things that they're spending money on, it really isn't like made up because it's on the government website.
Well, now, just to be clear, who do you think puts stuff on a government website?
I mean, if you cannot trust WhiteHouse.gov, then who can we trust?
That's the point. But answer my question. Who do you think puts stuff on WhiteHouse.gov?
I'm assuming maybe like, secretaries that they order from people that Trump appointed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So if I want to feed you bad information and I tell the secretary to put it on WhiteHouse.gov, just because it's there don't mean it's true.
So why would they put something on? Why would they lie on White House about that? Is it that like? Because I agree with you to an extent of yes, I think it is them trying to funnel money a different way, but at the same time, I really think the government off our tax money, because if you think about it, over 200 million people get paid every day. So they collect tax money literally 24/7, 7 days a week. So with all that money going into the government, I feel like they do spend on a lot of BS.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
B-Rap, I believe that the government spends a lot of money on BS. But I don't believe the stuff that Donald Trump says. Donald Trump is a liar. Elon Musk is a liar. He was asked at that famous press conference, if you want to call it, in the Oval Office, like, dude, why should we believe you when you give us information? And he said, and I'm not going to quote it directly, but he said, basically, look, some of the time the information I give you ain't going to be real. It just ain't going to be real. I'm not going to bat 1,000. So I might tell you that we spent some money that we didn't spend, or that we bought some stuff that we didn't buy. And it's going to be wrong. So, when y'all point out that I'm wrong, then I'll correct it. And you're asking me why would those people who will openly admit that they gonna lie to you, why would they lie on WhiteHouse.gov? Because why not? Because there are people who believe that if they see it on WhiteHouse.gov, it's true. So why not put your lie up there? One of the best ways, somebody told me this a long time ago, one of the best ways to convince somebody that your lie is not a lie is to mix it with some truth. So yeah, some of the stuff, we wasted this much money on this and we wasted this much money on that. And we spent this much money on this. The big thing is a lie. But if I can point out to you that the first two things was true, you might believe the third one. That's why.
Yeah, no, I agree. And some of the stuff, it was on C-SPAN where they got the person sitting there and they got the board people asking them questions. Some of the stuff that the board people were asking, it matched up with some of the stuff that was on WhiteHouse.gov. The way they was asking, like, well, they had one where they said, well, you're spending money on seeing mice to be transgender. You're putting hormone blockers into male mice, and you're putting testosterone into female mice to see if they, you know what I'm saying? They spending money on stuff like that. And the guy, he really couldn't answer any other questions. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, yes, I agree. You put some lies in there mixed in with the truth. But, like, at the end of the day, where is it going? Like, you know what I mean?
Money.
Like,
here's where it's going, B-Rap. There is a $6.75 trillion federal budget for 2024. $6.75 trillion. You don't need to get a whole lot of that to get billions of dollars. So what's the long game? It's not even a long game. I can free up billions, tens of billions of extra dollars for SpaceX. I can free up tens of billions of dollars for y'all to buy cyber trucks that, remember, not too long ago, the Republicans was against EVs. The Republicans is against EVs. EVs is evil. The combustion engine is where it's at. Hold on. Elon Musk is now over Doge. Well, guess what we doing? We're spending billions of dollars buying cyber trucks from Tesla. That's the game. Get that money. And it ain't just some stuff gonna go under the radar. Like, we not gonna know. It's not gonna be them buying from Tesla. It's gonna be them buying from some other company that, you know, one of his other buddies, friends, whatever, owns. And we gonna spend $30 billion for that. But they, you know, that may or may not get reported, and we may or may not know about it, but that's the game. Get that money. Plus, you know, there's some racist stuff in the game too, but that's a whole nother issue. When you talk about this budget, this is what they want to do. They told you that in the government positions need to be filled by qualified white males. They said that. I didn't say it.
Yep.
They said it. So
yeah, they did.
The more people we can get rid of, we can hire more white males. That's what they want. That's the game.
Do you, one more question, I'm going to let you go.
All right.
Because I listen, period. You know what I'm saying? I listen, but it's a lot of your takes that I miss.
All right.
Trump got 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's going to try to do another term after this?
Yes. Yes, I do. I
believe that'd
believe
be 16 years that'd be 12 years that Trump will be officially, you know, in the White House if he does another 4 years. Am I correct?
Huh?
That'd be 12 years that Donald Trump has been president of the United States.
It would.
If he do another 4 more years.
It would, yes.
Is that correct? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Because he did 4 years on one term.
Mm-hmm.
Lost, came back in with another 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if he get 4 years after this, that'd be 12 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
but hold on, just so we're clear, I don't think that he only wants to do another 4 years if he's still alive. I truly believe that they want to make this country into more of a dictatorship. This is what I'm saying. I don't believe that they really care all that much about democracy. They care about rich people running this government, and Trump. My personal belief is that Trump himself, he would love to be the dictator and then pass it on to his son, who could then pass it on to his son, and then pass it on to his son, and there be no break. We now have a monarchy, a dictatorship. You know, he's the king, he's the whatever. That's what I truly believe.
I think this is what I think they're trying to do. I think they want. I don't agree with you on that. On the simple fact that a lot of them rich white folks, Democrat and Republican, they still believe in some form of democracy. They still believe in some form of, you know, we the people type deal, including themselves, even though they're not on our level, but they still believe in a little bit of we the people, okay? Mm-hmm. I understand what you're saying, but I disagree. What I think is going to happen is I think that they are going to expand the terms a little longer, so instead of having a term for 4 years, the term might be extended to 8 years now. And then if you win, you probably going to win another 8 years. Well, you'll be 16 years as a president instead of the whole 8. It'll be longer. It's some form of version of what you're trying to say. It'll be longer, but that's the catch of it. Like now, after that 16 years, who's going to maybe his son can come up and he do another 8 years.
Well,
so what's that 20? So it kind of goes that way. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that it's going to be a monarch or a dictatorship. It'll be even from poor whites it'd be some sort of rioting or things.
Let me tell you why I don't necessarily agree with you. Well, first let me say what I do agree with you. I do believe that there are a lot of people, even wealthy people and all that kind of stuff, who want to see a democracy continue. I believe that. But I believe Donald Trump knows that too. And that's why he's basically applying some sort of a loyalty test to everybody that he appoints. So I think he learned the last time he was the president that if I don't get people who are going to be loyal to me no matter what, they will throw a monkey wrench in my plans. So that's why you see all of these super unqualified people in these positions over these government departments, because he wasn't looking for qualified people. He was looking for people who will do whatever he says do.
He's looking for
and that's how you take down this government literally from within. We can just start getting rid of departments like, oh, we got the Department of Education. You know, he wants to get rid of the Department of Education. And that's why he's supporting candidates around the country, because they like, he can't just unilaterally get rid of the Department of Education. There has to be votes and all that kind of stuff. That's why he's supporting people in the House and people in the Senate, because he wants loyalists all throughout the government so that there won't be no riots. If his loyalists say, if he says, I want to shut down the Department of Education, and he gets enough people in office, and so they vote, and now by a vote of him and those representatives, I don't know the whole process of just totally terminating a department in the United States government, but if he gets the people in place and they make the decision and they do it, what's it to riot about? These are the people you voted for, and they decided that the Department of Education was no longer useful. And he's got enough people who are stubborn enough.
The Department of Education isn't useful. I mean,
it is useful. I don't understand how people who say it's not useful believe that it's. Why would you say it's not useful?
It's not. Look, have you seen the quality of education that these children are receiving under the guise of the Department of Education?
Can you imagine what the quality of education that these children are receiving would be if there were no national standards?
Okay, good. It's no national standards. Now we could honestly get black teachers in to teach black kids. Forget that curriculum. I'm gonna teach you what I want to teach you, but that could backfire on the other side and stuff could go haywire and chaos. I understand that, E-Man, but the Department of Education needs some type of revamping.
Maybe revamp it, but you're saying basically turn it over to the states. The state of Ohio has been out of compliance with the Constitution of the state of Ohio with how they fund our education for I don't know how many decades. You're telling me that the people who won't even follow their own rules are going to set reasonable standards and make sure that they're upheld?
That could be a problem, true. That could be a huge problem. But I'm just saying that right now, as it stands, especially for the kids that look like us, our nephews, our nieces, our sons, our daughters, depending on what school they go to, it does nothing. It does nothing.
Like somebody said, and I'm not going to pretend to be no education expert, but I've heard and I see a comment, I don't even know everything that the Department of Education does to be able to say they're useless. I don't know what they do.
I know exactly what they do.
What exactly do they do?
They have one person, right, over the country, the one head of person of the Department of Education, oversee everybody over the 50 states or whatever, and then they have the Board of Education from pass down some type of curriculum that they want the people to learn or whatever. That's how George Bush came up with that No Child Left Behind program.
B-Rap, I'm going to tell you, I don't know exactly what the Department of Education does, but I'm 99% certain that what you just described is not what the Department of Education does.
I did try to whisper it. I ain't gonna lie. I did try to pull something out my ass real quick. You caught me on that. That's why I started laughing. But remember when George Bush said "No child left behind"?
I do remember
right?
that.
Right. Okay. So with just that being said, we don't know exactly what they do per se. Maybe we have to do some more research. I know I have to do some more research myself. But with the No Child Left Behind bill, that kind of made the population a little bit more dumb, just a little bit more slow. So that's all I'm saying is that it don't have to, they don't have to completely get rid of it, but they have to do something to make our children smarter and make them compete with other kids around the world. That's all I'm saying. And before I let you go, E-Man, we gonna have to come to a stalemate on a dictatorship and a monarchy or whatever. I disagree that they're trying to go for King Trump, but on a lighter one, it's not necessarily a King Trump, but I'm gonna be president for 16 years. There's no more 8-year terms. There's no more 4-year terms no more. It's 8-year terms. You get a second year if you win another 8-year terms, and that's it. We having the president for 16 years, and then as a president, maybe I could pull my son up. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel like that's the way they trying to go.
All right.
All right, all right. That's what's up, man. I appreciate the phone call, man.
Hey, I appreciate
I called you. Thanks or whatever, man. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Hey, have a good one, man.
You too, bro.
All right. That was B-Rap. Yeah, I can't tell you everything that the Department of Education does. I can't. I'll do a little research. Probably shouldn't take very much to just pull it up and see what it is that they do. But I've not looked it up. But I know enough to know we need some federal oversight. We need a set of standards and protections from the federal government, because allowing the states to do it is, next thing you know, we'll be back to separate but equal. And, you know, black students, here are their standards, and white students, here are their standards. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. And I don't trust state governments. Again, the state of Ohio won't even follow the Ohio Constitution in terms of funding schools. They won't do it. And you can't make them do it. The Ohio Supreme Court said that the state of Ohio ain't doing what the state of Ohio is supposed to do. All right, they said that a long time ago. What's happened since then? Nothing. So what can we do to make them do it? Nothing. There's nothing that anybody can do to make the state of Ohio follow the law in the state of Ohio, their own constitution. And then we trust these people? We want to trust these people to, with no federal oversight or anything, to be the ones to make a lot of decisions? Like, come on. I did just, No, we need the Department of Education. Even if I don't know everything that they do. Even if they put Linda McMahon over the Department of Education, we don't need to get rid of it. Hold on a second. Dina says, I know they helped me with my school loans. I had so many different organizations and scammers calling me, trying to get me to consolidate my loans. I contacted the Department of Education, was directed to credible companies that could help me. The Department of Education was a lifesaver. And I'm sure that argument would be made, okay, then your student loans wouldn't be federally backed anymore. It would be the states. And that would be better. But no. Anthony says, just like we need the EPA, who trusts big business to do the right thing? All our groundwater would be contaminated. Right, and that every time I hear people talking about, what is it? Again, I had 17th degree COVID. And so my brain can't pull up words like they supposed to. Companies are given certain restrictions that they have to follow, but restrictions is not the word that I'm looking for. Government, they're always trying to roll back the restrictions on companies, but again, I can't, what's the word that I'm looking for? I know y'all know, and for whatever reason, I can't think of it. The set of standards that you put on a company that says this is what you can do and this is what, not guidelines. These are the things that regulations. Thank you. We want to roll back regulations. Regulations is just killing the free enterprise. Regulations that, like you said, if we didn't have regulations, we'd be drinking gas water. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just be, what cleanliness? What cleanliness? You know, there are regulations for how much, I don't want to say it out loud, for how much waste can be like in milk. Because, you know, they allow some waste in milk. But there are regulations say it can only be this much. We would be drinking doodle milk if it wasn't for regulations that said you can only have so much doodle in the milk. Only so much. And that sounds crazy, don't it? That sounds crazy. Then what? They allow doodle in the milk? Yeah. Yeah, they be testing like, okay, yeah, we found rat feces in the milk, but it was below the acceptable levels. Like, what? There's an acceptable level of feces in milk? Yes, there is. But I mean, for real, think about it. If there was no regulations, people would just be doing anything. I mean, yes, food standards, you know, is just one of them. But like, I think it was Anthony, like you realize how bad our water would be from people dumping, you know, terrible stuff in the water? You realize how much pollution there would be from people just like, this ain't safe for the environment. F the environment. Ain't no regulation. You know how much it cost us to filter out some of those harmful chemicals? Throw that ass in the river. You know what I'm saying? It just like it. Oh no, we got to deregulate. Oh, we have to deregulate. I think regulation helps keep us safe. You know, seatbelts, regulation. But cars didn't always have seatbelts. There was somebody said, you know what? When people have a wreck, they shouldn't be thrown through the windshield. You know, they got those devices that'll hold you in the car. Let's make that mandatory. That's regulation. You think if you rolled that back, car companies wouldn't be like, you know what, we could save some money. Yeah, how much money do we spend on seatbelts? Like, oh, we spend a lot of money on seatbelts. Let's stop putting seatbelts in the car. Okay. That's regulation. Brent.
Car companies will give you a couple of bungees to keep you
They wouldn't even give you
You
that.
wouldn't
You know
play.
how much? You know how much them bungees would cost? We can get away without giving them bungees.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. There is so much safety stuff, safety items on cars that literally save lives
Yeah.
that a lot of people really don't truly understand. Um, but oh my goodness. But are you downstairs in your basement recording this or live streaming this?
Yes.
Do you have a standard door, like a 3 foot, 2.5 foot door in order to get down there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how you made it down with how big that Raven Monday gassed up your head on Friday before she closed out. She gave you major props, and I could just see your head just expanding and expanding. I'm like,
No,
"How we gonna get down
that was
here?"
really uncomfortable for me. Just because I'm just that kind of person, so that was uncomfortable. I appreciate her appreciation, but of course I love Raven Monday. I've
Oh yeah.
after working with Raven Monday for a little bit, I grew to really care about Raven Monday, and
Hmm.
so I appreciate her saying all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I saw you kept on trying to pivot to get her to talk about something else and everything. But yeah, but a big props to you for even looking out for her when apparently others wouldn't, which is just sad in and of itself. But yeah, yeah, for allowing her to come on and say her piece, because there are other platforms she could have done it on, but she chose yours. So
And
hey,
let
much
me say
respect
this,
to her.
Brent. I heard Fame basically saying that she was crying and whining, and people get fired all the time and blah blah blah. She wasn't crying and whining. She acknowledged
No,
that she lost her job because of job cuts, um, and she accepts that. Um, but again, I think a lot of people, like I said on Friday, a lot of people have an issue with just tell us like she's no longer with the company. Just say it.
yeah,
Don't spin us and it's a secret and all of that nonsense. If they would have just said she's no longer with the company, there
yeah,
wouldn't have been this big what happened to Raven, and everybody would have just been like okay, and it wouldn't have been no big reveal like what happened. So
yeah,
a lot of that was them. She wasn't whining and complaining, saying I didn't deserve to be fired and they fired me because I wasn't allowed to be myself and all that kind of stuff. No, she was telling the truth.
hmm,
They don't, there
yeah,
are certain things that they don't want you to say and don't want you to do. They want you to be a certain way. And I think some of that, well, I'm not even really going to get into it unless I feel like it after this call. But she wasn't whining about
yeah,
what she did. And she didn't come on here to make a big deal about it. But people were asking. And like she said,
yeah.
she
Because
was waiting to figure some stuff out.
yeah, and they announced it internally and even externally whether she took the severance package or not. Just to say that someone is no longer with the company, that's easy. You're not sharing secretive personnel information. You're not saying the reason why they were let go or anything like that. So it just didn't make much sense. Yeah, that's why I think me and a bunch of other people kept asking every day, just to see if Lincoln would finally respond, which he did through his teeth. We can't talk about personnel matters. So that was it. No, that portion of it was fine. Um, but yeah, but oh goodness, one of the five laws of stupidity, if we can pivot here, is that a stupid person is a person who causes loss to another person or group of persons while himself deriving no gain or even the possibility of incurring losses. So, and sadly, we got a lot of people who fall into that category to where they don't have a lot of information, but they are, you know, stalwarts, in their position. They stand firm in it, even though they can't explain it other than well, it's stupid or it don't make no sense or make it make sense. Take a little time, do a little reading of books without pictures, and educate yourself. Talk to people that are much smarter than you. But my goodness, it's just so frustrating at times listening to folks who are comfortable at being in the intellectual position that they are, and then on the other hand, they will deride anyone who has any level of education, which is make sense, because I'm sure they would want their children to get the best possible education that they can, so they can do bigger and better things than they were able to do, independent of the circumstances. So, yeah, it's just frustrating. But on the Department of Education, if I can do another pivot,
All right.
one of the biggest roles of the Department of Education is that they enforce civil rights. You get rid of the Department of Education, bye-bye all the gains that we've already made, including, Brown versus Board of Education. Not only do you lose that civil rights, but also Trump signed an executive order that is negatively impacting black college students on black and white campuses, pretty much saying that you can't have no safe spaces on white campuses. Or we're eliminating this particular grant because it's focusing too much on black people and not on white people and Chinese people. And they're really slick at what they do, because on one hand they'll use the Chinese to say that, oh, the Chinese, the reason why you aren't getting into Harvard is because of them black folks and because of them brown folks, when that wasn't the case. It was because of mediocre white boys and girls who got in because of legacy. So even if you have a C average, or even if you were a heroin addict and a C student like what RFK Jr. said he was, and with a brain worm, you're still able to get in the best schools because of your mama and daddy and because of the money that's in your pocket. So that's one of the areas that they do. They do tons of research with the Department of Education. They fund a lot of these programs, these grants, and when you have people go for more than just your bachelor's degree, when you have them go for their master's degree or their doctor's degree, there's a lot of valuable research that these students do. So now, what was the latest one? What's the dumb senator, Tommy Tuberville out of Alabama? Now all of a sudden his dumb ass woke up and say, hold up, if you take away money that we have going to these research projects, the largest employer in the state of Alabama is the University of Alabama system. So that means a lot of white folks is going to be out of jobs. So it is so insane that, like I said, it doesn't take much time and effort to figure out, if you have questions, it's okay to ask those questions to people who may have the answer, but if they don't have the answer, maybe do a little digging, ask some more people, and you can get the answers that you're looking for. So just to burn down the Department of Education, maybe Linda McMahon, she'll implement in, the table policy to where, if you're borderline A or B, if you take a choke slam through a table, hey, we'll give you that A. How about that? Maybe she'll do something stupid like that.
That's funny.
But yeah. But what else is there? And Twin talked about just replace nuclear PhDs. Is that what he said?
Yeah, substitutes.
Oh, good Lord. There's a huge difference between a nuclear PhD and someone unloading a damn truck with almond milk. Huge difference. You just can't replace those guys. I worked at a nuclear facility when I co-opted, where I was with nothing but a bunch of nuclear and mechanical PhDs. And me being a double E, I'm like, what am I supposed to learn from y'all? And those guys, and well, it was only guys in that group, but I'm sure there's some lady nuclear PhDs. Those folks are different. So if you wind up, and that's why they can't find a lot of them. They're older, so they probably don't have cell phones. Because those old nuclear PhDs, they still probably have a slide rule in their pocket to make a lot of the calculations that they do. But you just can't find them off the street.
And then, like I said, to just fire them and not even know who you firing. And now you're like, oh, we got to hire them back. Like,
Yeah, white mediocrity. It's a capistocracy. The government ran by the most incompetent and most corrupt people that you can find. And like I said, you said it before. Trump's only criteria is, well, he has two criteria: that you're white and that you're loyal. He only has room to trust one black person in his administration, and that goes to the dude over the Department of
Housing and Urban Development.
Housing and Urban Development. That's the only job that he will trust a black person with, because he thinks that that's for the project. But maybe he still think Cabrini Green in Chicago or the John Hay Homes in Illinois and these other Robert Taylor projects. He thinks those are still up. So it is just absolutely amazing. But to end it on a somewhat light note, and LaDonna, I'm so sorry. There are so many pay-per-views this weekend that happened that I wasn't able to watch it because I was down in Austin again for another hockey tournament. But this is an abbreviated version of the Wrestling Report. And last week on SmackDown, was it last week or the week before, we had the return of Solo Sikoa.
Yes.
Did you see him return? He returned after losing on the first, the first SmackDown on Netflix, the first Raw on Netflix, to where he lost the Eulafala, the red necklace, signifying that you are the tribal chief. Did you see the segment from Friday when Jacob Fatu rolled up on Solo?
I didn't see it. I saw a recap of it.
Okay. So you saw that Jacob went and grabbed Solo, like, man, where you been? I've been trying to get up with you. What's going on? And Solo said some stuff and everything. We need to work together. We need to stay as a unit. And Jacob was pissed and was about to walk off, and Solo grabbed his arm. And he was like, Jacob, I love you. And did you see the look that Jacob gave Solo?
I did.
He looked him up and down like, who the hell you talking to? So I like how they are sowing the seeds of dissent, and hopefully they do that, and it just puts a rocket on Jacob Fatu, because he still has more levels that we haven't seen yet. The MLW version of Solo, we ain't even seen yet. They really haven't. I don't like to use the linguistic term, but they still haven't taken the chains off or unleashed him to be able to be his Super Saiyan, reach his Super Saiyan form.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, and the fact that they're still stringing this bloodline thing out and it's still interesting, they're doing a really good job.
Yeah. Yes, they are, and consider at least 2 or 3 of them are hurt.
Yeah.
So, but we got Hell in a Cell is it this weekend or next weekend?
I think it's next weekend because they're in Cincinnati on Monday.
You going? Is Nick gonna get you tickets so you can at least go to?
I don't know if I'm going. I had to look and see. I don't think I'm going because I didn't even know they were coming until I saw it on Netflix and it said next week live from Cincinnati. So I didn't even know. So I don't know. I have to look.
All right, Nick, you need to do a solid for your big brother. You need to be in the front row sitting next to the guy with the green shirt who's at all the pay-per-views. I don't know how he gets those tickets, but maybe connections and money got to be it. So, but all right, that's all I got.
All right. Hey, Brent, I appreciate your call.
All right, take it easy.
All right. And then I guess lastly, because I am going to get out of here, I said this was going to be a short show, and y'all tricked me again. But with regard to the Raven Monday interview, I didn't really do much after she left. Of course, I wish Raven luck and luck. I don't know if luck is I wish her well in everything that she does. And I think, we didn't even agree on everything that she said there. But Stephanie want to know, can I turn my volume up? No, I'm about to get out of here. But I do feel like I'm glad she's not there anymore. One of the things she talked about was, not being able to say what she wanted to say and do what she wanted to do, not being able to be herself. And I think I was sharing this with Wyatt earlier today. That's real. That's real. And everybody that's there is not, I'm trying to be careful with my words, even though there's a part of me that don't want to be careful with my words. Everybody's there that's there, that pretending like they're there for the best interest of black people. They're not. They're not. And they do have things that they want. I done told y'all the story about the senator who was supposed to come in on my show. And the question was asked of me, will you be nice? Will you be nice? And my thing was, I'll be professional, and that wasn't good enough. They wanted nice. They didn't want, and I mean, even for what he was coming there for, was to promote something. I don't remember what it was. There would have been no reason for me to, ask any exceptionally difficult questions. But they just wasn't sure. They wanted to be sure that there was going to be no pushback at all. And there's only one person for that job. And so next thing I know, they're interviewing them. And I would just say, and again, man, look, support the buzz. The show, their local show, is entertaining and informative. But don't believe, y'all can see it. Like, I'm not telling y'all nothing y'all don't see. Y'all can see that you can't really ask certain questions. You can't push too hard because there's a concern that we won't have access. We won't get access. And when the people who run the market, to some degree the company, but when the people who run the market don't like the product, y'all know me. Nobody watching this would look at me and say this guy is a radical. I was too radical for them. I was too radical. So I'm glad she's not there. I'm glad she will, have her own voice, but she was not complaining. She was just letting people know. I wish and hope the best for her in everything that she does moving forward. It's really as I do for everybody. And it is people, just want to beat her up, and people were really disrespectful to her when she was there. And there were very few people who were there who wanted to stop people from being disrespectful to her. And so, she was that, her mouth was this and this and that. But trust me, I've been on the other side of those disrespectful people. And to hear people kind of lightweight encouraging it. Not out and out verbally encouraging it, but you encourage it when you laugh at it. He said that Raven is fat. Why are you laughing at that? He said that Raven is like masculine. Why are you laughing at that? You encouraging it. I've been there. I've experienced it. Fame. Again, I'm not 100% sure what you did to Raven, but I can tell you that Raven was heavily disrespected, in particular by the older men and older women at that radio station. That I can tell you with 100% certainty. And it was not, a lot of times it was 100% unnecessary. But again, I wish the best for her. And you know, now that it'll be her platform, you know, she'll be able to, it's still gonna happen. People still gonna be disrespectful. It just is. It's a part of, I mean, it's life, you know. You're gonna find some disrespectful people in life. But you know, you'll be able to maybe manage it better. At the very least, you won't have people there encouraging it, kind of lightweight encouraging it. So, well, Fame, I can tell you the people said the same thing about me that you're saying about her. I just lean into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that guy. I lean into it. You think you know everything. Okay, I think I know everything, and you know what I'm saying? I lean into it. But yeah, for whatever reason, some older people just feel like it's okay to be disrespectful to younger people. And this ain't just about Raven. This is just period. Some older people just feel like it's okay to be disrespectful. I mean, especially, you know, when you're talking in the area of, you know, having conversations and discussing topics and, you know, figuring things out. There are some older people who feel like if you younger than me, you can't tell me nothing. I remember Pharaoh calling me off air for challenging him on some information that he gave that was factually inaccurate. I mean, you know, Pharaoh knows stuff, but sometimes, you know, he's giving out some bad information. I've heard him redact some information, though I said this and, you know, I was mistaken about that. And Pharaoh called me off air to tell me, I got sons older than you. So that means you can't be wrong? Don't mean nothing to me. Your son should be telling you you're wrong then. They shouldn't leave it to me, my young self, to tell you how wrong you are. So, some of us older people should maybe be more, you know, give a little more grace to some of the younger people. You know, just because you older don't mean that you smarter. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do. My phone was just ringing. I didn't answer it, so now I'm going to have to call back. Then why you didn't answer my call? Because I was busy. But I want everybody to enjoy themselves. Enjoy the rest of the day. It's cold out there. It's supposed to get colder. Back on Tanika. I'm telling you, on site. But yeah, it's supposed to get colder. And do your best to stay warm. Of course, I think I might. No, I'm not. I might go to that. Is the new grocery store open? I don't know. I'll drive by. I need to run to the grocery store. If the new grocery store is open, then I'll stop in there and do my little grocery shopping there. Support the black-owned business. And if you can, then do. If not, you know, do your best. I guess that's it. Until next time, it's been the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Be the reason that somebody smiles today, okay? Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.